Almost 300 people have been killed in Eastern Ghouta since Sunday. De Mistura compared the bloodshed to the almost daily bombings in Aleppo when it fell to the regime in 2016. Caitlin McGee has this report.
This is supposed to be one of Syria's de-escalation zones. Instead, Eastern Ghouta has been the target of one of the deadliest bombardments by the Syrian regime in 3 years. Volunteer rescue workers race through the rubble and its narrow streets to find victims. Here, the white helmets frantically dig to find a family buried under the remains of their home. In another house, people are caked in dust, debris and their own blood. A UK-based monitoring group says at least 200 people have been killed here over 2 days. Dozens of children are among the dead. UNICEF is so frustrated by the airstrikes in Eastern Ghouta, it's at a loss to describe the violence.
I today do not have the words anymore to tell how deeply parents, grandparents, loved ones are again suffering the loss of innocent boys and girls.
For those who survive, help is hard to find. At least 6 health clinics have been hit this week and medical supplies are stretched. Eastern Ghouta is a suburb of Damascus made up of a cluster of concrete block towns and farmland. It's one of the last major areas held by rebels fighting Bashar al-Assad's regime. The bombardment of the last few days has almost destroyed the suburb, and the UN warns the situation is spiralling out of control. Caitlin McGee, TRT World.
Well, let's talk now to Ahmad Khanshour, who's a civil activist based in Eastern Ghouta. Thank you for joining us on TRT World. Many of the images that flooded the internet yesterday were too graphic for us to show in our report there. UNICEF has issued a one-line statement saying we no longer have the words to describe the children's suffering and our outrage. Do you have any words to describe what you're seeing there?
Thank you and good afternoon, Vanessa. Well, the smell of death is everywhere in here. Indeed, we have no words to describe what's happening. Assad regime has opened the gates of the hell 3 days ago. It is catastrophic. I don't know where to start. Eastern Ghouta is a province near Damascus. It includes over 17 cities and towns, which are under heavy siege for the last 6 years. Over 350,000 civilians are caged in here and has been struggling to survive each and every day. I will start from the security updates. Yeah.
Sorry, please continue.
72 hours. Yeah. The last 72 hours were horrific. Over 250 casualties. All of them are civilians. Assad, Iran, Hezbollah, Afghan militias, Iraqi militias, Russians, you name it, all of them are here and trying to take the Eastern Ghouta back. However, they failed so far to get 1 meter. In the other hand, there are hundreds of injuries.
What's your message then to the UN Security Council and the international community?
Well, we have a very clear message that if you are trying to fight extremists, you are doing just the opposite. Because when a very bad situation happens to moderate people, you push them to go extremist. You know, here there is no Jabhat al-Nusra, there is no extremist in Eastern Ghouta, but we are being killed every and each hour. You know, in just 2 hours yesterday, 200 shells has fallen over our heads. I cannot describe what's happening. Whole families are being buried under the rubble of their own houses. There are families who are trapped in their basement for the last 3 days and they have not eaten anything yet. It is beyond imagination. We are we are shocked that nobody has done anything yet. We are shocked that no action has been taken, and everybody is looking the other way. In this chance, I thank you and your channel for caring. All we need is some noise to make. Maybe.
Okay, well, I think the world
in
is starting to listen, aren't they? Because this has been on many news channels and the newspapers too. The Air Force, the Syrian Air Force, has been conducting its usual preparatory work. Do you fear a ground assault can't be far off now?
Well, the ground assault has started already from 3 days ago, and they failed so far to advance even 1 meter. They will continue to do that, and the warplanes will continue to bomb us. Ground-to-ground missiles will continue to follow on us. All we have to do is to wait and hope for the best. However, hope is going smaller and smaller as we don't have any reaction seen from the other world.
Okay, Ahmad Khanshour, thank you for joining us from Eastern Ghouta.